Hi guys, welcome to Naresh IT. This is Sudhakar and today we are going to discuss about scalar valued functions. Okay, so what exactly the scalar valued function? Okay, so how it will be created? Okay, and what is the syntax for the scalar valued function? Okay, so this all we can check out now. Okay, so now in the previous video session we discussed stored functions, yes or no. So in previous video session I was given the subblocks are there. The subblocks here, two types of subblocks are there. One is stored functions and stored procedures. Okay, so now in that one of the object is what now? Stored functions. And stored functions, okay, we said these functions are we are going to create it by user. Okay, so why the user want to create the function means simple. The stored functions is user defined functions because these functions are created by user. When you want to create it, the user defined functions means whenever we can't reach our requirements or our requirement by using predefined functions in SQL Server. So there we can use a user defined functions or nothing but stored functions. Okay, so that means in SQL language we have a two kind of the things are there, the functions are there, like stored functions we called and predefined functions we called. So predefined function means already inbuilt function. Those functions we are just calling by using some statement, by using some calling syntax, and we perform some operations and return some value. So here same to same, the requirement, that means I said to you, user when he can't reach our requirements or I can't achieve my requirement by using predefined, there I can go to use my user defined functions. Those are nothing but stored functions. So in this two categories again we have, one is a scalar valued functions and table valued functions. So in that one of the function we called a scalar valued function. So scalar valued function, what we said, this function will returns a single value or a single column value from the table. Okay, this is the definition of scalar valued function. So this function is always returns a single value or a single column value from the table, but more than that we can't. Okay, so that is what we call scalar. And this function, okay, when you want to create this function, then what is happened here? I am going to follow some syntax here, that is called a scalar valued function syntax. I am going to following here. Okay, what is my syntax here? Now careful observe. So create function name, okay, and I want to pass my parameter name, and you know that whenever you want to declare a parameter you can use a @ symbol. Okay, it is a mandatory for in TSQL. Okay, and later you can go for data type and size. Okay, so like this you can go to declare your so many, that means number of parameters you can declare along with your function. And later what we said, function always returns here. So your function returning, okay, what it will be returns means it returns parameter or variable data type. So that means which parameter are you return, that parameter, or which variable are you return, that variable. Okay, data type, what it was there, that was return type. Okay, later same as begin, and later I want to write some function body or statement. Function body means logic, the for which purpose this function are you created, what is your function logic, okay, that you have to write here. And for later on then we have one more return keyword, this is return keyword and this is returns keyword. In return keyword what I want to return means I want to return parameter, a variable name. So that means I want to return a parameter or variable name. So which variable are you returning, that name you just pass here. Okay, which variable are you returning, that variable name you can pass here, and this variable data type whatever was declared that I want to send here. So that means at returns keyword I want to send my variable data type, at return keyword I want to send my variable name. This is what the simple we can say the syntax of scalar valued function. Okay, so now after that, after this function is created, then I want to call syntax to call a scalar valued function. Okay, so we have some calling syntax is there after creation of functions. That means once you created a function, this function is going to storing under database memory. Okay, storing into database memory, and later, okay, if you want to call that function to my application, then I have a small syntax that is called a calling syntax we call, that is what now, select dbo dot, I want to send my function name, of either send value or values. You can send value or values. This is what simply how to call function, how to call function from your database. Okay. So, now, so this is creation syntax and this is what now calling syntax, the two syntaxes we observed. Later we will do one small example. I am going to take one small example. What is my example here? Observe. Come back here. What is my example here? Once you want to read my question, what is my question? Create a scalar valued function, create a scalar valued function to input employee ID as a parameter and returns that employee gross salary based on the following conditions. Okay. So, I want to input some employee ID. Okay, I want to input some employee ID. So, based on that employee ID, that employee total gross salary how much by taking some conditions. What is the conditions was given by programmer? HRA 10% was given, DA 20% was given, PF 10%. That means that employee HRA, the company was giving, assume like that, the company is giving 10% of HRA and 20% of DA and 10% of PF. Okay. So, this is what the information about your program. Okay. Now, finally, what I want to find out here. So, what is my question here? Finally, to find gross salary of the employee. To find gross salary of the employee. Okay, that is what it is. Okay. Later, now you can come out and see. So, that program I am going to writing here. So, before I want to write, just I want to go for to open my SQL Server Management Studio. So, I just come back here to open it this and to connect this one and to take one new query editor. Okay. And later I want to select here, but before that what I want to do now, yes, I just already created one table, but I have some information that whatever it was there, I just remove that information. Okay. So, now that's fine. I just remove this all whatever it was there here and now come back. So, already my table was there. So, what I am going to asking in this, okay, first I want to select my required database, my class database, and now I just calling now. So, EMP is my table name, I just call. So, assume like this is one of the table and in this table we have some data. So, suppose the user is entered 101 is entered now. I am entered 101 as a parameter. Then 101 employee salary 25,000 is there. So, on this 25,000 I want to calculate what now? I want to calculate first HRA I want to calculate, HRA I want to calculate, later DA I want to calculate, later PF I want to calculate for the given percentages, and later total gross salary I want to find out. Clear? This is my program. So, now I am going to writing my code as per the syntax. What is my code here? Create function. Okay. So, function, what is my function name is? Function gross. I want to find out your function gross salary. Okay. So, otherwise simply I am taking gross salary GR, and I want to send employee ID as a parameter. So, I am sending employee ID as a parameter, and later same to same I want to go for my returns keyword, but what I am going to returns my data type that we will see later. Okay. Then you can write as begin, but tell me before I want to calculate, okay, calculate my HRA, DA, PF by given percentages. First of all, that employee salary I have to know that. So, that means what I want to do, that employee salary how much basic salary was there, the basic salary I want to retrieve from the table and store into one particular variable. Okay. For that purpose what I am going to do, I am declaring some variable, that what I can say basic money type, later HRA, because I want to calculate HRA also. So, HRA money, DA relevance also it is a money type, and later I want to calculate PF also is money type, and finally what I want to find out here gross. So, that is why I am taking one gross variable to store my gross salary. Okay. So, these are the required variables I just declared here in my function body. Okay. And later what I want to do now, I am going to calculate my first HRA, PF and DA Okay, first I have to calculate, and later I am going to find out my gross salary. Clear? Now, so but before that, what I want to do, first I have to retrieve the information of salary from the table of EMP based on your employee ID. What is my employee ID? At the rate EID. I was taken there. Okay, but whatever the EID, based on the EID, whatever the salary I am going to retrieving from the table, the salary I am going to store in my variable at the rate sal. Okay, after storing that, what is happened here? After storing that is I am retrieving the salary based on the employee ID number, which employee ID number the user is entered. That person salary I am going to retrieving from the table and storing into variables. Okay, so now I am going to take here. So now I will be go to check your calculation of the part. What is my calculation now? You can see. So sorry, here not my sal, here my variable name is basic. Okay. After that, I am just going to call one by one set. First, I want to calculate HRA. HRA is equals to, I want to calculate basic into HRA 1 percentage, and the same to same I am going to select here. Okay, DA is equals to at the rate basic into 0.2 and set at the rate PF is equals to at the rate basic into 0.1 percentage. Okay. And finally, what I want to calculate here, I want to calculate my gross. So, gross is equals to, what I want to say, gross is equals to, I am going to say gross is equals to at the rate basic, okay, at the rate basic plus at the rate HRA plus at the rate DA plus at the rate PF. Okay. The total calculation I am going to doing now. So, that means after calculating your HRA, DA, PF as per the given percentages, that all the salaries I am going to adding to my basic salary. Whenever you want to add all facility, that means all HRA, DA, PF, all salaries along with your basic, then finally the total is called as the gross salary. Okay. So, now, so I want to calculate gross salary, and finally what I want to do, my output where it is now in my, so my variable is gross. Okay. So, later I just end, and before executing this program, here can you identify, here we forgot it, returns I was given, but I am not giving return data type. So, why I just leave this one, now we have to know, that means which variable I am returning now, gross variable I am returning. So, which variable or which parameter are you return, that is my, that variable data type is my returns type. Okay. So, that is why here the depending on the return variable your data type will be mentioned. Okay. So, now here my return variable is what now, gross data type, what I was given, money type. So, that means money I am going to pass at my returns keyword. Okay. So, now after giving this all, then I am going to execute it now, and to execute command is success. After your function is successfully done, then you just come back here to refresh your my class. I just refresh and go to open my class and go to programmability and go to functions, and if you see I am going to what now, first my class, okay, and later I just come back here programmability, later functions, and later we have a scalar function. Scalar, just open it now. Now you can open your scalar, then you can see that I have a function. My function is what now, f underscore gr sal, so gross sal. Okay, function gross sal. After function successfully created, then I said to you function how to call. So, calling syntax also I given here. What is my calling syntax here? Select dbo dot function name of values. Okay, dbo dot function name of values, and now I am going to check here. So, now I just call. So, I am calling select star from, so not star, sorry, select dbo dot function name f underscore gross sal. Suppose I am sending 102, I am sending now. So, 102 I am going to execute it now and see 21,000 was came. So, 21,000 means, first of all I want to go to my table. I am going to table. What is my table here? EMP, and now we can go to check. In EMP table, now you can see 102 was there. Okay. So, 102 employees salary how much now? 15,000 is there. So, 15,000 plus, okay, 15,000 plus 10 percentage of HRA means 1,500, okay, 1,500. Again 20 percentage of DRL allowance means 3,000, okay, 3000, and again 10% of PF means 1500. Okay. So, now calculate now 15, 15, 3000, 3000, 3000, 6000, 6000 plus 15,000, total 21,000. Now, you can see your output is 21,000 or not, 1 or 2 employee gross salary is 21,000 na? Yes. Okay. So, this is the way how to use and how to create a scalar valued function as per the user requirement. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video.